Get ready for this divine presentation. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Introduce our guest speaker, Miss Justina Jennings. Let me let everybody. Okay. As we before we get started, back with our presentation, this is the Sunday is wellness and self care. Thank you, Ms. Veronica, for the wonderful icebreaker, getting them all engaged and really getting prepared for this wonderful presentation by Justina Jennings. She's an anxiety coach. A little bit of backstory. I met Justina through Toya, but I know Justina's sister through my sister. They graduated together and we all went to the same school, to Dunbar High School. And so when we were preparing for This Is a Sunday, Toya said, why don't you reach out to Justina? It aligns perfectly with what we're doing. And I actually had the pleasure of hearing Justina speak on anxiety, and I was blown away because a lot of times we get so into our daily routines and we don't really take the time to take care of ourselves. And so hearing her speak, it was like, okay, you're trying to gather women together, you're trying to help girls. Well, what about yourself? What about your anxiety? And it really had me thinking, like, get yourself some help so that you can better help people. And it aligns perfectly with Justina's topic and the work that she does as an anxiety coach. And so I hope you all enjoyed her presentation. She's a wonderful wife, mother, sister, and I am so excited about this topic. So without further ado, let's give her a warm welcome. Ms. Justina Jennings.
All right, ladies. Normally I would have everybody be more intimate and entwined, but y'all comfortable in y'all eating, so I'm gonna try to deal with it. So, like Amber mentioned, I'm an anxiety coach. So typically, women or clients come to me with an issue and not knowing what it ties to. So I help them discover the what, the why, the when, and they discover what the anxiety is coming from because it's coming from someplace. And then we identify, we work through it, and then they have habits and different things they can take on to help manage it. Because anxiety is it's a lifetime thing where you just have to manage it and stay ahead of it so that it won't really affect your life. Because it mostly affects your activities. And depression, people don't understand, it affects your life. So anxiety affects your activities, depression affects your life. So I try to help people deal with the anxiety so they don't have to get to the depression. Mm-hmm. So with this, okay. Oh, it's okay. Yes. So anxiety affects your activities. And you want to get to the source of that before it turns into depression, which affects your life. Harder to shake the depression off. So with this event, I'm just going to bring awareness to the importance of self-care because we see self-care as the things we do that make us feel good in that moment. But real self-care is beyond that. And it's the internal work that we do. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to focus on that. Please, at the end, if y'all have questions anxiety related, I'll answer them all. Okay. If I don't touch on here. But I have a worksheet that's going to help y'all get in touch with your anxiety. So we're going to get that covered regardless. And one thing I noticed is every time I do an event, somebody asks me to do an event, it's the season I'm in. So the one she came to, it was about identity. I was fresh back outside, just had my baby. And during that process, I was dealing with identity. And so I was talking about just anxiety and identity because I was going through that during my pregnancy and after I had my baby. And so I was speaking on that. And so now, talking about the cost of ignoring yourself and anxiety, I'm in that season now because I've been taking on a lot of stuff, doing a lot, and haven't been paying attention to myself. Like a lot of us leaders, coaches, moms, friends take care of everybody else. And then we're not human enough. I love when she said that, allowing yourself to be human when we don't take care of ourselves. And so this touched, this was personal for me. And so I connected with this one. So, well, let's start off. What do y'all think self-care is? What do y'all do for self-care? Don't overthink it. Generally, what do you do for self-care? Y'all can just call stuff out.
Get your hair done, manicure, pedicure, reading, shopping.
Yep.
You mean emotional, mental, physical, self-care?
Working.
Holistic
Just
thing? I
self,
mean,
just
they're
self-care.
different.
Yes, different levels.
When I think of self-care, I'm thinking about my health.
Okay,
Correct.
okay.
Okay, so I keep my standing appointments with my doctors.
That's good.
I'm staying very informed on whatever my body may be going through, or whatever he's diagnosed me with.
Right.
I'm very inclusive in my care.
Right.
So I was just.
No, I love that you said that because y'all touching all bases. Self-care is routine. Self-care is maintenance. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like Mondays, I try to make Mondays a self-care day.
Yeah.
It all work, but
Yeah.
I try.
Yeah. But I love that you said that because y'all are supporting, you know, what I'm saying. It's like it's routine. Like it's something that we're doing for ourselves on a time scale, maintenance, consistent basis.
And I was gonna say, I just learned today through the icebreaker venting. You know, venting really helps self-care because you're releasing onto someone what you're feeling, and they're able to kind of reciprocate, and it's kind of therapeutic in a way.
Right, right. And you hit on a deeper level, yeah. So,
Inject something.
yes, ma'am.
Self-care. I don't know how you want to compartmentalize this, but for me, like, when bills are paid, I'm stressed, but I think paying bills, being able to pay, to me, that's my
Financial
self-care.
stability.
And
Yeah.
that
Financial
foundation,
stability.
I can go out and do, I have the freedom to do, but if
Yeah.
that's on my shoulder, that weight is there, it is hard for that self-care to me. So if I'm paying a bill, I'm like, ooh,
And you going deeper into what I'm gonna talk about. So I love that you touched on that. And I'm gonna remember that because fast forward, self-care is personal. And so we're gonna fast forward to that later, but it is personal and it's supposed to be something that only you identify with. And so leading to this, you know, what we think self-care is: nails, hair massages, vacations, fun, enjoyable, but they're temporary fixes. So when you think about these things, they're temporary fixes. And that's why sometimes when you're doing these things, getting your hair done, nails done, you can be good in that moment. But right when you leave, your life presses play again. And so that's what I want y'all to tap in with this presentation. It's like it's bigger than just maintenance. Self-care is deeper because doing these things don't heal what's going on inside. So what true self-care really is paying attention to your mind, body, and spirit. Making choices that protect your peace and energy. Listening before the breakdown happens. That's the biggest thing, is listening before the breakdown happens, because your body is going to give you signs that let you know that something is wrong with you. That's anxiety, because anxiety is your body trying to tell you that something is wrong. And it's telling you in all these ways, but we ignore them because either we're not in the know, uneducated about what this looks like, what this means, or we're so stuck on how we want to appear to the world that we're just continuing to perform. So what true self-care really is daily, not just occasional acts of care. So, it didn't want to play. Okay. Well, this was a video. Sorry. Video don't want to play. Let me see. Hold on 1 second, because this is important. Y'all have Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Okay. Or I can do my hotspot. Sorry, I should have had that set up. I can do that real quick. Just one moment. Whichever's quicker. If you got your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I know. Studio G Green 019.
Oh, which one is it?
It's a 9B.
9B. Okay. Okay, which one? What's the password? All lowercase? Yes, ma'am. Try this.
Okay.
Okay. Boom. So this was me last week, right before I had a client call, and I still showed up. This was my breaking point because there was buildup that led to this and warning signs. This was me literally calling my husband. Like, I already felt all these different things before it got to this moment. I was physically tired. I had no energy. I wasn't eating enough. My heart rate was easily rising for the simplest questions or requests. I was projecting. Like, I had all of these things and my anxiety was just acting out. Mentally, couldn't even think. Like, when I used I had to use a GPS because I couldn't even think of where I was going. Like, I have to go to this place. I'm like, I know I've been here before. Why is it hard for me to even know the directions? Just tired. Emotionally felt unseen because I'm working so hard. I'm serving the world, serving my family, serving everybody, but I'm not filling my cup. Adding more tasks, telling my friends, if you need anything else, just let me know. Like, I am adding on to my plate. And then I finally hit me before my call where I just broke down on the stairs. I'm just like, and that hit me like, I don't take care of myself, and I don't take care of myself great. The biggest helpers don't take care of themselves. And so this was where I made a shift. Where am I ignoring myself? Like, I have to tap in because I really don't have, and that was the first time I probably cried in I don't know how long. And so that's how I knew it was heavy.
That in itself is a neglect.
Yeah.
You have to allow yourself to feel how you feel.
Yes.
Upset in that moment, be upset. If you need to cry in that moment, you gotta have a reason why you're crying. But if your body, your soul wants to cry, let it out.
Right.
Like that release, that little bit of release.
Right.
Buy you a couple more days until you figure out.
Exactly. And so the thing about anxiety though is you numb out and you're on go mode. So if you're a person that continuously builds your plate when you're not still. So it's not being able to be still is a sign of anxiety. So you're keeping yourself from being still. So you have no room to dissect emotions, especially the emotional ones where you have the ability to cry. And so for me, people always say, you're a machine. You inspired me. But I'm like, in the background, if only you knew. Only you knew.
I agree too.
And so these questions are what I asked myself on those stairs. Like, where am I ignoring myself? Because this is not right. What is it costing me? What warning signs do I notice? Plenty. I felt it during a week. I saw myself have a full plate and add on 5 more things. I saw myself tired and still get up out the bed and do more housework. I know what I was doing. But what shift do I want to make? Like, I can't keep showing, like my trainer tells me, you can't keep helping everybody else show up in the world on your own E.
Yeah.
You can, but how do you want to feel at the end of the day? And my whole mindset is I can, so I do. So the cost of ignoring yourself doesn't show up on paper, but in your body, emotions, and relationships. And so what I just explained, like the cost of ignoring yourself, like it shows up in your body. You know what you're feeling. You know what emotions you're carrying. You know what you're doing in your relationships, the projecting, you know how we are as women. We're not silent. Even emotionally. We're loud emotionally. But when you ignore yourself, you send your mind and body into survival mode. And anxiety becomes the alarm that won't shut off. So we operate in survival mode. Survival mode is when you're able to take it. You're able to take on everything and do more and more and more because you can handle it because you're used to handling it. It doesn't make you strong because it's a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
And so with anxiety, we get used to these things because we don't know that it's anxiety. And I'm going to break down anxiety a little bit more because it's not just anxiety attacks. It's not just overthinking. It's the choices we make, the way we perceive things, the way we deal with things. It's in our actions. Anxiety looks like your mind racing when you're trying to sleep. This is anxiety showing up as racing thoughts that won't let you rest.
Yeah.
Feeling on edge, like something bad is about to happen. Anxiety makes you feel unsettled and constantly on alert. Snapping at people because you're stretched too thin. Irritability is often a sign of underlying anxiety and overwhelm. A constant knot in your stomach or tension in your shoulders or any other physical responses, anxiety. Struggling to focus because your mind is juggling 1,000 things. Anxiety scatters your attention and makes concentration difficult. So other things, other signs of anxiety, it can be like saying yes when you meant to say no, not setting boundaries. It's personal decisions that you make. It's a lot of things that are anxiety. And you're going to sort through those today. So, signs you're ignoring yourself. Saying yes when you want to say no. Pushing through exhaustion to look strong. Avoiding feelings until they explode. Silencing yourself to keep the peace. Feeling guilty for resting or slowing down. Or overcommitting when you've already been stretched thin. And so these are just a few signs that you're ignoring yourself. It's not a, it's some of your daily habits, you don't even realize it.
Yeah.
And so, why do we ignore ourselves? It's the biggest thing. Approval. Not wanting to disappoint others. So I'm going to do all these different things and take things add on to my plate because I don't want people to be upset with me. Validation. This is personal. Like, I don't want to show people that I can't handle this. So, validation, trying to prove we're capable or strong. Balance, believing we must juggle everything perfectly. And success, pushing ourselves for a better life or goals. I got goals, so I'm not going to slow down. I'm not going to take care of me. And expectations, family, career, community pressure, how you want to show up in the world. All those things are why we ignore ourselves. Not on purpose, we have internal goals. And so we're looking at the end game, the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
But that in between
Right now.
is how we move and right now. So, ignore yourself is expensive because you pay with your peace.
Facts.
And it's like we know what we're feeling, but what are we going to do about it? So now it's your time to get these sheets right here and just dissect a little bit more of where do you ignore yourself? And then we're going to just discuss this. Give y'all the time to fill this out. And if y'all had any questions, y'all can ask me any questions. Based off what we just discussed.
Thank you. I'll take one.
Okay.
That's the last one?
It's too late to start again, and I'm sure I'm useless in the hands of the Creator. I'm not enough to salvage, and I'm not enough to bear with, so don't try. No, I won't try. But then came your word, healing, affirming word, writing on my heart, writing on my So I'll never forget your word, healing, affirming word, writing on my heart, writing on my mind. So I'll never forget it, your word. Walking around fearful. What if someone finds out the truth that I'm shattered, pieced together by the love of you, not worthy of your attention. I'm so guilty and ashamed. Please don't use me. No, you can't use me. But here comes your word. Write it on my heart. Write it on my mind. So I'll never forget it. It's a healing, affirming word. Write it on my heart. Write it on my mind. So I'll never forget it. Your word. Write it on my heart. Write it on my mind. So I'll never forget it. Your word. Write it on my heart. Write it on my mind. So I'll never forget it.
All right. So who had a lot of step one checked off?
I got you.
I'm right behind.
What you dog your head?
I didn't. I guess I,
Got to that stage where you've been.
well, post the 65, I better have something.
You better.
It was two.
Yeah.
It was two, pushing, past accomplishments without celebrating them because I have accomplished a lot. and
Yeah.
I don't look back and I just check it off the box and keep
Same.
moving. So I haven't done that.
Yes.
And,
And it's not even about having so many or so little, because even just having one is where you be like, okay, why do I do that? And it's kind of more of like a self-reflection, if anything, because I'm the same way with that, where achieving things, it's like I'm just constantly on to the next thing, and it's like I had to look back as to like why I don't like to be present. It's hard for me to be present in moments. So I'm gonna say it's challenging to be present in moments. Is that what you experience sometimes?
I wouldn't say that. I think once I set a goal, like the goal is set.
Right.
And so I achieve it and I
Right.
keep moving.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting the
Recognition.
confetti, the fanfare, something that I committed to, I did it, now what's next? What's
Right.
it? But looking back, there were landmarks, there were moments in my career, my
Mhm.
life that I should have
Right.
really celebrated
Right.
and said, that was good,
Right.
you did really good, but
Right.
but I just kept it moving. So
Kept it
now I do make sure that I take time to say, you know.
I love that you at least took that time, because
Yeah.
because for me it was more of, it was just I was on to the next thing, but it's like I figured out it was because it was hard for me to be present, and I had to soul search like, why is it hard for me to be present in important moments? Because it was in a lot of moments, like career in every area. I
It was
can't.
great that I did it. I was
Mhm.
like, you know what, I knocked that one out the ballpark, and then I kept moving.
Yeah, but what's next?
So I mean, right, what else do I go after kill? You know what I'm saying? I just,
Go get it.
I mean, it was just,
Yes. All right, so what revelations did you have?
I've had a few, but I think the ones that stick out to me the most is not setting boundaries with people that drain my energy. Putting everybody else's needs. I'm getting emotional.
It was men. Yeah,
Good baby girl.
it was men. Yeah.
And boundaries are a wonderful thing. I'll teach you.
That's what I'm trying to teach you too. It's just hard.
Yeah.
I'm a mom of 10, so
Yeah.
my life is busy.
Mhm.
And then I'm, you know,
Yeah.
But God equipped you to handle
I was
it. He
just,
gave you
you know,
those 10
Yeah.
blessings.
setting boundaries and sticking to them for me, and without the guilt is a problem.
Right. Right.
Because I can set a boundary.
Right.
I'm good, y'all, quick, but I am not good at sticking to, you know, that thing.
And
So.
feeling good about it at the end. Of
Right, because I feel
Right.
guilty, or
Right.
you know, or you know, if it's somebody I know that really needs, you know, like my help, or you know, like my influence, or something like that, then I feel bad because you know, I'm like, you know, thank you, you know, it's like, oh, they really need me right now, you know what I'm saying? But
And what I've had to tell women, because we went over boundaries in one of my support groups, it's the things that we tell ourselves that keep us from taking care of ourselves.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because you haven't seen the evidence of what it looks like to see what is the reality. Is it really reality that I am needed? If I do this, will it really go bad like I'm saying it is?
right,
And it's the things that we tell ourselves that stop us. And so challenging that part of that will get you to the other side of setting boundaries. Because it's probably not even gonna happen. Or they probably will be understanding. Or they'll survive.
Well, I'm also a person like, depending on the relationship, like I'm a person like people don't come to me until like I'm like their last resort.
Mhm.
So that really, I take that into consideration. You know, for a lot of people, I'm their first choice,
Mhm.
but for a lot of people, I'm the last option. So it's like if you know what I mean, like I feel obligated
Mhm.
to you know to show up because it's like, oh well, damn, you and I already exhausted everybody else, like you came to me because you know I'm gonna get it done, you know. And it's like, so now
So
I
you
got
still take it on.
yeah, exactly,
Yes, but it still goes down to where it's the same way where you both can win.
yeah,
Because you have to peace is it's more of something you're striving for, and it's in your control where you both can win.
yeah,
But you have to have you at the forefront where you can help them, but when it's the right time for you, when the right day,
yeah,
like you can still set boundaries within the help,
yeah,
and it can be black and white. But you're taking on everybody's thing right before you, and that's what the example of ignoring yourself is.
yeah.
You can still show up for both people, yourself and the other person. Anybody else had any revelations on step one?
Downplaying your struggles because you think others have it worse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not really embracing what you're struggling and the lesson that needs to be learned through that. That was really stuck out to me because when you're on go mode and you do have those struggles, it's something for you to learn through that. But a lot of times you overlook it or like, it'll be okay, I can keep going. Somebody got it worse off than I do. When really you have to embrace the struggle.
Yeah.
And so that stood out to me, and this is spot on.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
spot on.
I tried to pick out ones that people don't ever think of because you
Yeah.
think of the general idea of ignoring myself, but it's deeper.
Mhm.
It's deeper. And so, what about you?
I would say overcommitting when you're already stretched in.
Mm-hmm.
My kids are very active, and I was blessed with the opportunity to have a major hand in raising my daughter's sister that's not biologically mine.
Mm-hmm.
Tragically, in December, her mother was killed. So I went from being there for her to being there.
Yeah.
Already having 2 active kids.
Right.
I can't say no to her
Right.
because I'm all she has.
Right. And
Their father is legally blind, so he can't drive.
Right.
He can't see them. So at 5:30 in the morning, I'm up taking my kids to school
Right.
to make sure they're still active in the things that they want to do. And even though I'm tired,
I always push her to the backside because in my mind they didn't ask to be here.
Yeah.
She didn't ask to go through the trauma that she went through, but God placed me in her life for a reason. Even before her mom was taken away, God placed me in her life for a reason.
Right.
And I never left that baby's side. And recently, they did her balloon releasing for her mom yesterday morning. She never expressed her feelings, but she expressed how she was appreciative of me always being there because I don't have to, because I'm not her biological mother.
Yeah.
And I used to tell her all the time, I didn't have to birth you to raise. So I would say overcoming and being stretched in, because sometimes I am stretched in, but I always, in the back of my mind, have to know I have to be there for them.
Yeah. Yes. And it's let's go back to this because it's hard when it's those type of situations where you feel like this is all this person has, but you've shown up enough to where she has security knowing who you are,
Yeah.
where it's still okay to step away or to take care of you. And so that's why I say it's the things that we tell ourselves, because the reality is she acknowledged, and that probably still wasn't enough for you. But
Because I feel like when I miss her events, you know, I don't put her on a different pedestal as my kids. She's my baby too.
right.
You know, I taught her how to walk. I
Yeah.
taught her how to drive.
Yeah.
I was there for her first period, every milestone. This baby has been in my life, so it just felt like I'm obligated to always be there,
Yeah.
and I feel some type of way when I'm not able to.
Yes. And I love that you said I feel. Because
Yeah.
I love that you said I feel, because it's how you feel.
Yeah,
But it's more it's how you feel, but it doesn't mean that it can't shift, because there's evidence that it doesn't have to look this way,
Yeah.
where you are tired, where you have to overcommit, because she knows who you are, and you have to believe that and trust that. And so that's where the work would go into, is the things that I tell myself versus the reality of what that situation really is.
yeah.
And so that's what I would recommend for you. What about you, Ashley?
One that I really struggle with is silencing myself to keep the peace. Because people just say stuff, it burns me up. But I know if I say something, it's just gonna blow everything. So I just be quiet sometimes.
Have you challenged that?
I have with my family, and it blew everything up. But I'm glad that I got it off my chest when I needed to.
Okay. So I love that you said that. I did do it.
I did. I tried.
Yes. And so maybe, and I will still encourage you to still do that, because it's more so about, it probably didn't work out, not because you said something, but because maybe how you said it. But doesn't mean don't stop saying it, but because still do that. But it's a matter of how you did it. So don't go away thinking the problem is when I speak up, you know, it makes the environment unpeaceful. Maybe if I do it in a different way, then I can still choose to take care of myself by speaking up, because that's a healthy thing for me to do for my peace. Yes, but I like that you recognize that one.
And a lot of these go hand in hand, and she
Yeah.
was talking about that. Avoid dealing with my feelings as a part of silencing yourself to keep the peace, and
Yeah.
neglecting your feelings.
You neglect your feelings at the end of the day.
Wow.
Everybody has to win, but you work foremost. What about you, Toy?
Oh, Lord. So I think that I've grown a lot in some of these areas, because I will say no, I will set boundaries, I will do a lot of these things, but I know one thing that I struggle with is putting everyone else's needs before my own. I have a similar story to her when it comes to being there and feel like you have to be there for people, and if you don't, they're not gonna have anybody else. That's you know, that's a big thing for me, and just being able to set boundaries. I can set boundaries with certain people, but other people that I know is going to affect my children or, well, my child, or affect other people that's close to me. If I say something or do something or move a certain way, even though I'm not looking out for myself, I won't do it. Like they said, just to keep the peace or to make sure that things are good. So I know I be one a major problem that I have is I want to save everybody.
Yeah.
And I think that I can. Not even doing it yourself, I be wanting to save everybody. And so I ignore myself and doing that. I want to make sure this person is good, that their stuff go good, and this, and then my stuff will just be falling apart. So,
Oh my God.
that's my main thing. Yeah, just not putting myself first and trying to be considerate and understand that what everybody else is going through and not put myself on the forefront.
Yeah,
So
yes. And what about you, Doc?
Let's see, on the list, overcommitting when you're already stretched thin. Now, with that, I have a story. Now retired. And at my last job, I was a trainer. And I didn't realize what was happening. Oh my God. Now where I work, you all know I worked for FEMA.
Oh, wow.
And there's a lot of change. And when you're a trainer, the policy office gets the trainers the new policy
Right.
that we have to train the people on the phone. COVID-19 hit,
Oh, yeah.
and it was changed. Policy couldn't get us the changes fast enough so we could review it before you train it. I wake up the next day, I'm training, here comes an email, here's an update to your training. I'm like, an update? What, today?
Right.
And it just was happening over and over. And it was good, but it didn't allow us trainers to prepare, number one, to read. You're in class and here comes,
Familiar.
Something else.
oh my God.
That was a very cheap.
Oh, it
was
was changed
Several
after
times.
change after change. I'm like, I can't do this. And I didn't even realize what was happening. But the first time it happened, I didn't get it. And the it is, I am training. Now I was at home. Luckily I was online training. Okay, so I'm at home, my class is at home, Puerto Rico, wherever the heck they are, they're all over the place. And before I knew it, I started crying. And I'm like, what is happening to me?
Yeah.
So I kept going.
Yeah.
Of course, you got to keep going.
Keep going, of course.
I was having an anxiety attack and I didn't know what was occurring. And then the second time, it didn't stop. Those policies kept changing.
Right.
And I'm in there, I got the train, It did it again. But what really got me was one person in my office noticed. The boss didn't notice. The students didn't notice. And I'm crying. But I kept going. Oh my God. Okay, just hold on just a minute. Take a breath, then I come back. And you know how you sound when you cry? I was crying. One person text me, or we have ways to connect with each other. Are you okay? I said, no. She said, what can I do for you? I said, just be there. Just stay right there. As long as I'm talking, I'm okay. And I drank all day long. Cried the whole time.
Oh, wow.
But really, that's the part that got me. Nobody noticed. Nobody said a word to me ever, except that one girl.
Yeah.
That told me I need to get out. That's when I realized I got to retire. This is too much. And I do understand it was the time we were in. COVID overtook us. There was funerals. There was, oh my God. It was a lot for me. And I had been there 19, 20 years. It had just, but COVID was one time. That was just one time in our life. And then we got back to normal. I wasn't saying, I'm like, I'm getting out of here. This is too much. So over committing, so I was really over committing.
yeah.
When you're already, I was stretched thin.
Yeah,
And when I noticed nobody cared,
and that
I
part,
got to go.
Right.
and that,
So
yeah.
the anxiety attack, is that what you
Yeah.
called it? I was having an anxiety at my first. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I had people in my class have anxiety attacks. But, you know, luckily at FEMA, we have psychologists on staff, which is so needed for
Yeah.
what we go through. Oh my God, what we go through. So I can go see the psychologist anytime I needed to. I tell my students go.
Mm-hmm.
The young lady who was, I mean, I thought if I have an anxiety attack, that's how mine would be. But that was totally different
Mm-hmm.
than hers.
Yeah.
This can't be an anxiety attack. It's not like that other girl I saw.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my
Yes.
tidbit today. Oh, no, I was at home. So I was at home training. And
Afterwards.
oh yeah, we have a psychologist on staff. He's in the building, but you know, we honestly couldn't get to the building. You know what I'm saying? So I gave him a call and, you know, he talked me through it and he actually gave me this little exercise that you touch your fingers.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my goodness, that really does calm you down.
Yes, it takes you out of that trance.
Yes.
Yeah, takes you out of that trance of overload.
Mhm.
Yes. And so I love that you said that because everything that y'all said, it was,
And
what was the feeling behind not doing the thing? So for you not being able, when you're not speaking up, what are the symptoms you feel? That's how you identify your anxiety. Because I'm not doing this, I'm feeling these things instead of, like, I feel I'm feeling all the physical symptoms. I can't think straight. I'm tired. Like, whatever that meantime part is, that's your anxiety. So when you're not taking care of yourself because for what you explained, what are you feeling as a result? That is how you identify your anxiety. And so all these things that you checked, the anxiety is the result of not taking care of yourself from doing these things. And you pretty much can identify your symptoms there. They're personal to anybody, to whatever it is with you, it's personal. So with step 2, what does it cost me? And so you pretty much know what's been happening with you as a result of pretty much doing these things. What's some of the things that y'all wrote? I don't have to call anybody. You can just share some things that y'all wrote.
Breakdowns.
Breakdowns, yeah. Stress.
When it came to rationality, my response was distant and being mad with myself.
Yes. Big one. Because we know better. It's like we beat ourselves up.
Exactly.
The grace is gone. I know better than this. And now we're harming ourselves
I
because,
teach it.
yes, I teach it, but I'm not doing it. Yes. Yes. And so the warning signs, it's just more of like, if you don't know these now, when the thing happens again, you can actually notate it. You know, what is my body telling me before I get here? It's telling you something. Like, it didn't just break down out of nowhere. It was some buildup. And that's the part you have to pay attention to. And sometimes, and it requires, that's when that self-care, I call it like the surface level self-care, that's when that comes into place because that's an escape. And so in that time is when you take the time to kind of pay attention to yourself.
I want to thank you for sharing that video of your breakdown because that's literally how it happens.
Yeah.
And for you to still be here and be, advocating, really take care of yourself, even after you just experiencing it. Because it's something that when you experience it, it's hard to recover because it's like, wow, what happened to me?
Yeah.
And so I appreciate you for showing that because it's real life. That's what it happens. And
Yes.
for you to be vulnerable and say that it's like, it's divine and it's inspiration to keep pushing. So
Thank you. And that was just last week. So thank you. And the thing with that was right after I did that, I took time. It was like, okay, take time to yourself. And I paid attention to myself. I'm like, okay, I was supposed to been to this doctor's appointment I never went to. We were supposed to revisit my birth control. I never went because overcommitting. So let me go take care of that. Hormones all out of whack.
Yep.
So I went and got it removed. That was the self-care
Mm-hmm.
because it was personal to me. I didn't go get my nails done after that breakdown. No, what's real in my life and it changed for this not to happen. That's the self-care.
Yeah.
So booked the doctor's appointment, went, take this out my arm.
Mhm.
That was my self-care. Let's find something that's gonna have me happier.
Mhm.
And then I'm not eating. I know this is causing me, I'm running on E. Yes, frustration. I'm not seeing what I want to see. I'm working hard. I started changing my plans to having balanced food, not grab and goes. Let me have what I know better to eat. Let me take time to feed myself. Instantly, a flip of the switch, just start making moves, and I immediately started feeling happier. Birth control gone, eating how I'm supposed to eat, communicating to my husband, hey, I need weekends to myself. I need 2 hours on the weekend where I leave the house
Yeah.
and be by myself.
Mhm.
And immediately start taking action. But that's the self-care, those personal things. Yeah, those personal things.
And I like what you said earlier about we being in go mode where we just coping with it. We
Yeah.
think that pushing through is really helping, but
Yeah.
it's not. And it does cost us later. And
Yes,
it doesn't
it
get better.
Yeah.
It actually gets worse.
It gets worse, and you'll just notice other areas in your life
Mhm.
falling apart
Yes.
because we're on go mode. Like we feel good because, hey, I'm still achieving this, I'm still doing that, but how does it look?
Hmm.
Because I'm like, I'm still showing up to the gym, but then I'm like, that's not the results that I'm working hard for. But why is that?
Right.
It's like we're doing the things, but is it the level that we want to do it?
Mm.
And are the results the ones that we really want to see? And so that helps you tap in to make the real changes. So yeah, so self-care is personal. So it's depending on what you're going through, you'll know what kind of self-care you need. And so it can be a decision made, which is the biggest top tier self-care is making a decision. A boundary set, that's under making a decision. Something communicated, that's under making a decision. Or you might really need to go, and that's when it's okay if I need to go get my hair, nails done, this, and that, because I need time alone to do something to get me away from this environment. And for you, real time away is really going to be your self-care. Taking care of yourself, that is going to be yours. That would work with your situation. So it's different. We think it's cookie cutter, but it's different to who we are and what we're going through. And so that is I want everybody to stand around in a circle because now it's the buildup. Now we have to promise ourselves that we're going to do better for ourselves. Because we can talk about it, but when you say it out loud, then it's a proclamation. So y'all gonna pick from this thing in here. Whatever you get is meant for you. I truly believe you. This feels great in here. And these are affirmations, and you're gonna just say it out loud. All right. Oh, no, you're gonna pick one.
Oh, okay. I know what's on. I thought you were circling on me. We over here holding hands.
Yes. Yeah, you can shake it, pick one. Not.
Hold it tightly. There you go.
I know that's right. Confirmation already.
I like what you pick is meant for you. I truly believe it.
What me about this later?
I needed this one.
Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. We gonna
I'm telling you, I'm guessing, I'm assuming it means that's needed.
say it out
Yeah,
loud.
yeah.
Okay. Mine says my well-being is not optional; it is essential.
Oh,
Now say it.
Like you
My well-being is not optional; it is essential.
Okay.
Period. I would not abandon myself to please others.
I honor my emotions without letting them control me.
There you go.
I choose progress over perfection every time.
There we go.
Progress.
real good.
Yes.
You don't have to be perfect.
No, you don't have to be perfect.
And every decision is not perfect.
Okay. Sharon deserves joy, softness, and ease in my life.
Oh, okay. Some of what you did.
Mm-hmm.
Amber chooses to release what drains her and hold on to what nourishes her.
That's like it.
Rest is not laziness. It is necessary for my
Okay, mama.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
Mama, read that every time you tell yourself.
All right.
Try, y'all. Try.
I give myself permission to heal at my
Oh.
own pace.
I love that.
That last.
That's important.
That's real healing.
Home is my home. I'm just saying. I'm gonna be 65.
That's what take you. Now you take yours with you. Oh yeah, take them with you. That's true.
Make me tattoo with them.
That's for you.
Look, you said, I know.
Look at him.
Backside.
I know.
Okay, I am strong enough to change habits that no longer serve me.
Oh,
That's
okay. All right. I was missing this now.
And this was just to uplift y'all, to take away. It was meant for y'all, so carry it on to remind yourself when you ignore yourself, like, read this. This is why I shouldn't. I have permission to be this way. And you're capable.
Yeah.
Yes.
I need to maybe put this on my head, boy. Maybe I'll make an affirmation face and just put it on my pillow.
Bathroom mirror, maybe. Y'all can sit back. Y'all can sit back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay, great.
No. Yeah. Oh, I'm just gonna show you. All right. I love that exercise. I do that all the time in my support groups where, like, I write stuff out, get stuff, and what's for the woman, it always ends up getting in their hands. And so I love that it resonated with y'all ladies.
Thank you.
So what's coming up next for me? I have a painted out art therapy event coming up on October 4th. So we're going to be discovering what you feel, what it looks like, expressing emotions you can't put into words, relieving that stress, letting go in a guided way. Going to be finger painting. So if you want to register for that, that's here. But I have another, I'll have a paper when we're done if you still want to register now, or you can get the link from Amber later.
Yeah, I'll send it to everybody.
Yes, but that's coming up in October. And then I have my journals here. If you want to go home and already just start tapping in with yourself, having that a long time with yourself, 60-day anxiety guidance journal. That long name I kept up with. But it helps you reduce the overthinking, managing the stress, noticing your triggers. I have like a chapter for everything you're going through, whether it's facing a fear, overthinking, triggers, everything. It's pretty much your life coach in a journal. Okay. And then lastly, if you want accountability, I do strategy sessions where I work with women through the thing that they're going through. We unpack everything and we create a customized breakthrough plan to get them to where they are. So people who have problems setting boundaries, we do a plan and I hold you accountable to that thing. So whatever your thing is, I hold you accountable to it. And that is all that I have for y'all. If anybody, yes.
For the event special, so we have access to get it for $99
Yeah.
before Friday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Alright.
yes. And I have my have some openings for that to happen. And so y'all have any questions regarding anxiety or anything that I didn't touch on, because I know this was, I made it focused centered on self-care, but I still can answer questions, or anybody have anything about anxiety in general.
I do want to ask on your strategy session.
Mm-hmm.
Is that for one strategy?
One session, yeah, it's 90 minutes, yeah, so we do everything on that one session. Yes, we're gonna talk about it, figure it out, and you're gonna leave with an actual plan.
Got it.
Okay. That's what we do on that call.
All right.
Mhm. Yes.
I know I've heard someone ask, but the difference between anxiety and panic.
Panic is a symptom of anxiety.
Yeah, I know it's virtually the same thing.
Yeah.
Some people, like, don't understand that.
Yeah, they don't
One is the same,
understand.
they best friend.
Yeah. So basically, fear plus worry plus stress equals anxiety. So basically the things that you're feeling as a result of not doing something that your body's responding to is anxiety. So it's like trauma triggers, things you've gone through, your body remembers, and so anxiety is just zapping you until you really work on that thing.
Yeah.
And so everything you're feeling, a panic attack, any symptom is all just under the anxiety umbrella.
Yeah.
It's like, pay attention to me.
And that's just under the trauma.
Yeah. And then trauma's above anxiety.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anxiety triggers, trauma triggers anxiety.
Anxiety, yeah.
And anxiety till you actually work on it. Gotta work on the thing.
I have a question. I just have just a statement.
Mhm.
Coming into this, I was like open-minded, but I didn't know
Mhm.
that it was necessary for me to be here. You know, because you don't know when you're actually dealing with anxiety. Because you know, in a black household, like, girl, just get over it. You know, you don't have anxiety, but it's real.
Yeah.
You know, and so to be able to identify today, like some of the triggers that I be suppressing and not understanding why the feelings are there, this was very beneficial for me. So I really appreciate you. Also, about the journal, is it available?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a bunch of them on hand. Yes, and y'all get it for 10% off. So they're okay. Yeah. So have everything that you need to pay attention to yourself. If that's anything I teach, is pay attention to yourself. That's like really the main thing, because we're gonna suppress it with all of our roles as women, many roles. So it's just making that time to tap in.
And I want to add something. And also part of self care. If you're not able to help somebody, but you know somebody that could need help, share the resources.
That's right.
You know, because a lot of times people are placed in our lives and we don't know why. But if you know somebody that needs the help, here's the help right here.
Yes,
You know, and she's helping through what she's going through, and it's a testament. Like you didn't know what you were coming for, but what you received is divine.
Man.
And we can share with everybody. You know, because talking about anxiety and depression is
Yeah.
it's something that takes a lot of strength and prayer. And so for you to be here and you know share this knowledge with us, and I think it's very much necessary for us to share the resources. You know, tell somebody to know somebody to know somebody. You know, you get help.
Yeah.
You know,
That's why I have workshops, because a lot of people don't know what anxiety is. So I have workshops solely about anxiety. And so you'd be surprised how many women and men, because I do them for men, oh, I don't have anxiety. Then they come to the workshops and then it's a whole. That's what that was.
I know.
And they have the most to unpack. We talk about the trauma, we talk about everything. And everybody starts to realize, oh, yeah, I'm not alone. Or, and it's like, I have this too. And so it's just really an awareness thing. Yeah. More than anything. But yeah, but I don't have anything else.
And I guess in reflecting on some things, I think of anxiety as well. I don't necessarily connect with it as being destructive.
Right.
Okay, because it's a different kind of energy.
Right.
And it's a different type of process.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have to be careful. Say that's a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because anxiety, you know, I kind of relate to going before an audience, and you got these butterflies,
right?
They working you, but that's not a destructive moment,
right.
That's a connecting, right? You know what I'm saying? It's a connecting moment. It's like, okay, you're getting ready to go out here and do this, and it's probably not as helpful as you think, but you're gonna push through this. So it can be constructive.
Right.
As well as destructive.
Right.
Because then people really act out. Because they are falling back on the trauma, like you said,
right.
The triggers, and they said, what in the heck was going on with that person in a moment? Well, they were really dealing with some stuff.
Right. And I love it.
It can be horrible. Like my experience with anxiety, I didn't know what it was, but I know I don't want to repeat it.
Right.
Because it was immobilizing.
Right.
I mean, I literally stopped. It was
crippled you.
And it was my father's death. And I didn't realize his death
the trauma
had taken hold of me.
Right.
You know? And I was like, what is going on? And that's what it was.
And I love that you said that you did both ends of it, because that's why I call it an alarm system.
Yeah.
Because it's pay attention to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm here for a reason. That's why I title it an alarm system, because what you did was one of the coping mechanisms, the coping techniques I tell women is the negative mindset talking. It's like when you have the inner butterflies.
Yes.
Like, you know what, it's time for me to pump myself up. And that's one of the ways when I tell women, like, the evidence, talk through it. Like, it's one of those things where the anxiety is there for a reason, where It's not time for me to self-doubt. It's time for me to pump myself up. And so it can be constructive, but
It
it's,
can be constructive.
yeah, it's about how you choose to process it. But it's an alarm system nonetheless to pay attention to me, whether I need to pump myself up, heal myself, or tap into me because something is sitting here. So that's pretty much, I love that perspective. It brings it all together.
It's kind of, it's a balance.
Yeah. It brings it all together.
Okay, so let's give Justina a round of applause. So, unless if you wanna purchase the book, go ahead and feel free to purchase the book. We're gonna clean up and network a little bit. Feel free to talk with Justina, get to know a little bit more about her, and so you wanna add something?
Well, I want to say some stuff before we end, and that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I'm so happy to be here. As Amber said before, Justina is one of my good friends. Oh, okay.
Oh, girl, no, you good. I'm clear.
Okay, she's one of my good friends. So I want to say that I did purchase a journal, so I'm looking forward to getting into that and starting my anxiety journey because I need it. But one of the things that I wanted to try to touch upon is, of course, we appreciate Justina for coming out, but also I want to touch again on the Men Talk. You guys know that Amber and I have really been putting like a lot of effort into the Men Talk and just explaining why Men Talk is important and why it's important to sisterhood. So we are going to do the live on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. It's going to be streamed from the Sisterhood Foundation Facebook page. So if you don't know, this month is Suicide Awareness Month. And so some different gentlemen, they work with men and different things, different people on that's on the panel. They work with men and young boys and stuff like that. And one of the things that I found out through Nick, if y'all know who Nick is that men have the highest rate of suicide. And one of the reasons being is because they don't feel heard or they don't feel seen. And I think sometimes with women, sometimes we feel like men don't have feelings and things like that. So why it's important is just like what we're doing right now. Just talking about our feelings, talking about anxiety, and just releasing. And we want to give the men the opportunity to do that. And the whole thing for the Men Talk is to bridge the communication between men and women because we need each other. And it's to bridge that communication gap and to kind of debunk and like myths and things that we might feel about men that's not necessarily true, and try to get together and see how we can help each other. Because through the Men Talk, Sisterhood has gotten a lot of sponsorships, a lot of elevation, and we've gotten a lot of opportunities through the Men Talk and just the networking and the things that we've done. So we definitely want to support that, and we want to invite y'all to join that live. So don't forget, it is on Tuesday, the 23rd at 7:30.
Okay, thank you. And let's give Justina another round of applause. Thank you for it.
Thank you,
That
ladies, for
right now,
having me.
Men Talk is important because it is important. If we can't get along with the men, how can we expect for our children to listen to us and the men? So thank you for sharing that importance. This was a wonderful Sister Sunday. Let's finish networking, finish the food, and if you want to purchase the book, I suggest you do so. Thank you all.
Justina can answer.
Yes, ma'am.
The price of the journal?
Oh, yeah, they're 36 today.
Okay.
Yes.
With 360 or with 10% off?
Huh?
10%
Yes,
off?
ma'am. Mhm.
That's with the 10% off?
Yes, with the 10% off. No, with the 10%. Let me find my thing.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Oh, it wasn't my phone. Well,
I'm just gonna play it with you.
can you find mine? Yeah. 10% off the 36 ladies. I'm sorry for the confusion. Where is I had the little QR code. Same
For
way.
the book like this. Oh, the QR code to pay for it?
Yeah, or just for anything, in case anybody has anything.
Well, you wanna send me?
Yeah.
They got send it to me. I can email
I'm
it.
just
My daughter's in a children's camp, so I volunteer with them too. We got our parent.
Yes. Either way, does my cash app breaks with Jay. I can just send you the link for it. Today. Breakthrough with today.
With Jay. But I can't wait to do the trauma healing. J.A. Watson. Matter of fact, sorry, I'm big, but you turn.
I know.
Mine. I think I sleep too hard. So it's
I'm either going to move through it.
Start today. Start today. Start your journey today.
And I got your information too. Because I know today,
More than an hour and a half.
my cousin definitely told me.
So your phone.
She need to go to the event on the fourth.
On the
That's
4th?
what it's gonna be about. It's like releasing and all that type of stuff. And we're gonna talk about different things
Okay.
there based off of what they.
Listen, that's not my week, so look, I'm free that weekend for football.
No.
at all. In fact, well done. Thank you. You can take Yes, yeah.
No, that's
Gotta get to it. You need to.
I look like I cut up, but she was good.
I know she no. She be cut up.
I knew I needed, that's why I say, I knew.
I've been like
I knew. I knew, man. Girl. Yeah, and me too. I am a serial entrepreneur.
Like, I
So because I'll be doing so much and wearing so many related assignments.
Because it's not
like, so I've been like, having to like focus on everything I want to parties.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
I'm ready for it to be over. And it almost like, so I can feel like
So we can.
breath.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, she recently started saying that she loves it now.
And,
You know, they,
Exactly.
but yeah, it's like she takes me.
I would love.
Yeah, I don't know how to
be a patient.
Right.
And again,
I do.
what we do actually partners with each other. So we can everything just get together.
It girl. It was like, okay, see,
I love your energy.
I can wait to
And
start
then this is me dry. So imagine if I got to actually experience it.
I'm in.
It's not like
I told her he's excited, so what I'm doing now that
when I tell you,
we figured out we may not have Wednesday practices, it's been able to come through her so she can.
and I keep sure I'm at the
The hard part was what
Let me know.
where I had to go when I signed up for the one house. My name, and then I'm gonna meet
Other people. So have you thought about possible road trip?
Yeah, but it's so much.
To it too. It is, because I couldn't have got what I, yeah.
Takes you away from the parents. They now it's not that the parents is a bad thing, because I do have one parent who sit in on the session, but she always puts aside, and then if we're talking about a certain topic, I'll invite them in, but I don't have virtual, but so much to account for the transportation. I've been looking at it. If I can get a slot to do it. I can see that,
But let me know.
It's
Well, you already know how I am with yours, so you already know what kids do, because I've been mentoring.
So it's like, I'm on a panel with something like that.
I was talking about, you know, and then lives in Houston, she's a reading coach. She gets
That or whatever it is. Like,
she's finding this key girls coming up somewhere.
But we have our own language.
You don't even want to talk about that, because Jayla's in high school, and I'm not ready. She's going to high school. Them little girls, I'd be like, well,
you know, these.
your mama know you come at the house like this?
That don't ever pay.
Yeah.
And it's like, thank you for spending your time talking to the person, get to the bottom of it. But now, tag, I'm it, I know.
My baby got her ass for shiny like right there, right?
But it's not the remember, you know.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't parents, a lot of they get them clothes by themselves, and then on top of that, them ain't new clothes, so they born these around people. I just serve things, I be praying.
I even know snacks.
They are so
Yeah, I know
sad.
how you know,
Unwanted attention.
they don't put in there, cause that's.
And then social media, that's something.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can get a, you won't get a person like for, and that's what they'll feel like checking.
Yeah,
You know, I had to probably go out.
and they, these little girls, like this, that pictures.
We work hand in
Listen, they used to call me stuck up, and I'm like, Alden and Wilson, and I said, "Hey, sure." I am, the Rouge Creek School do, it's, you know, and I tell my baby, just stay who you are, 'cause she, so, docile,